Okay, welcome to Tigris and Euphrates, or Eufraat and Tigris, as it is called in Dutch. I am in the mood to derive an AI or bot for it. So you can play this solo, because normally you can only play this 2 to 4 players, and it's one of the greatest games of all time, of course. Especially this version. Not the US version. So the setup is always the same. You have on these sphinxes, you place a temple tile, which looks like so, and you place a bonus cube on it. It doesn't have a particular color, and that is because the objective of the game is to score points in all the colors. So and the scoring is secret. So say you play with the lions, it is always the figure. I mean, if you have like so, one of the things that confused me was that you would make the mistake to pick the things of the same color, but it's not the same color, it is the same figure. So you play with the archers or you play with the lions, and thematically you can think of them as wearing animal skins, and these have just discovered a bow and arrow technique. And there is also the vases and the goats. So for a quick recap, this is a bonus token. So if you manage to gather it, then this would complete a tier of 4 distinct colors, and it doesn't help you if you have a lot of 3 colors. So this won't help you. Because it is all the aspects that correspond to these colors that matter. So this is 1 point. However, if you manage to gather 3 of these points, then you can see there is a second tier, and they take all the colors that you like. So it's useful to go and hunt for these bonus tiles. So an AI ideally would also hunt for those bonus tiles. To finish up the rule refresh is that, so you have a leader. Black is a special color. And it can take the form of any absent leader. So if you are placing tiles and you have a black leader, and for example you have something like you place something like blue, and this with any region with tiles and a leader is called a kingdom. This could also be a kingdom. But this is not a kingdom because it doesn't have a leader, and these are leaders, of course. So you place, for example, this as the bow and arrow player, and then you place this tile, then you gain a blue point because the tile is blue. However, if it was like so, and you place a blue tile, then the black leader takes the place because of absence of any blue leader. So the lions gain a point. Now the idea is that if you manage to connect 2 of those treasures, then you can claim one of them, but you can only claim them if you have a green leader. So if you place a merchant here, for example, a green merchant, then you can claim any of those 2. There is an exception with the let's see, like so. So more realistic example, but so you have these. The exception is that you have to take the corner ones first. So in this case, if you place the leader must always be adjacent to a temple tile, otherwise he would have to be taken off the board. But in this case, there is no choice. You have to take this cube. If you manage to, let's do something silly like, I don't know. Can that work? I think so, yeah. So if you have something like this, and with a non-blue tile, you connect 3 of those regions, then you can claim everything except this has to be taken because it's a corner, and you take everything except 1. So you gain this way 2 bonus cubes. So yeah, that's how these things work. And obviously, yeah, if you expand your kingdoms, they will bump into each other, and this will trigger a war. It's an external war, and then you check how many of the corresponding colors you have versus the other, and the loser takes everything back, except for in case of temple tiles, except if that would also remove other colors. You may not remove a temple tile with a treasure on it, and I already lost 1 treasure. Oh, it's here. So yeah. So the natural thing for an AI, I'm not aiming for something that plays smart, intelligently, or so, but it will not do stupid things, and it will observe the normal rules. There is also, of course, monuments. So if you have a 2x2 grid, then you can place a monument, and at the end of every turn that you have, you gain these colors. So in this case, a blue and a black leader, any blue-black leader would gain at the end of their turn points. So these are, of course, highly sought after and fought over things. So the game wants to push you into the center because the outer corners are no longer interesting later. You can also place a ruin tile on, well, basically everywhere except on a leader, except on a bonus cube, and except on a monument. And yeah, but for the rest you can place them anywhere. And every player has 2 of these, and they act as a sort of deterrent. Yeah, sometimes the game escalates and then everybody is using their ruin chips. It's group psychology. So if you how do you go forth in making such an AI? You would want to randomize some kind of preference. So if you have a, let's take the goats for example. First it would want to place its leaders next to an existing temple. All the temples that are here are with bonus cubes, so it would it doesn't really matter where he goes. It can be placed basically anywhere, except here, of course. It cannot be placed on a river. But aside from that, you want to randomize this, so every cube gets a number, and you draw it from a cup, so that would direct his preference. And then he would like first to place as many leaders as he can in his turns, and then if he draws a tile, he wants to do yeah, if it is a blue tile, he wants to help himself and not no, another player with blue, like so. He doesn't want to start an external war because these are, yeah, it's a pacifist bot, I think. So I made some rules and I'll show you later. But I've just finished gluing this together. You recognize this from Bullet, this site.jpg for making your fan-created Bullet heroes. That's another topic, but I added some numbers to draw from a cup. You have one pair to draw for the preference, and one pair to number every temple tile. So that way you have direction for the bot, and you have by drawing a tile, you have the roll preference. So yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'll show you later how it works. Okay, bye.